Sunup on 7. My name is Renata Samos-Cott.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kevin Mendes. Welcome to your Monday episode of Sunup on 7. What a good way to start the week with some Brahm music.
Yeah, man.
Definitely,
I feel like,
definitely.
I don't know, there's something about Brahm music where just give it the right kind of comic. We bring it back, guys. And we're bringing it back here because excitement is happening here at Sunup on 7. What do we have up our sleeve,
What do we have? We're going to get a proper warm-up because Jules will be serving a heavy Monday morning beef today.
This is what I think. I don't know if this is the last one for the year. That's why it's jam-packed with so much all kind of thing in there. I feel like everything get added in. At this point, I don't even know what left at the beef.
That is true.
So what be left at Ono or Jules after this whole thing done. So guys, definitely stay tuned for that. We have other exciting conversations. So the world's gonna be coming in, talking about their Christmas specials and all the excitement you need to know. All that and so much more happening today.
Yes.
Hold on to yourself. Hold on to your Christmas, Brahm and everything. You know how this does. Put your comments in the comment section, make it live, interactive, fun, and responsible, of course. Sure.
Yes.
Shall we get to the couch?
Let's rock down to the couch.
A place to call your home, a place where you can go. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light.
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome to your Monday episode. Thank you so much for starting your day and your week with Renata tonight. It's December 15th, payday for some. Right on time. What we're very excited about today's episode is going to be fiery. Before we get into everything, let's bring in the weather. And that's courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Good morning, Belize. Our latest radar imagery showed a few showers and periods of rain near the central and southern coast and over some offshore areas. Elsewhere was mostly dry. A cold front over northern Yucatan is keeping our area moist and somewhat unstable. The 24-hour forecast: cloudy skies with sunny break and cloudy at times tonight. Some showers, pairs of rain, and possible isolated thunderstorms will likely continue to affect mainly coastal and offshore areas this morning, then over most areas, but more so along the coast this afternoon. Shower activity will gradually decrease over the country tonight. The maximum temperatures for today will reach 81 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 83 inland, and 76 up in the hills. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 70 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 67 inland, and 63 up in the hills. The winds will be from the northeast at 10 to 20 knots, and the sea conditions will be moderate. A high tide will occur this morning at 7:36, followed by a low tide this afternoon at 12:38, another high tide this evening at 6:42, and another low tide early tomorrow morning at 2:15. The sun rose this morning at 6:15 and will set this evening at 5:20. The moon will set this afternoon at 6 minutes after 2 and will rise early tomorrow morning at 3:21. The outlook for Tuesday and Tuesday night is for fair and mild weather conditions. Showers, if any, will be isolated with a medium chance for a few more over southern offshore areas Tuesday night. For a review of our forecast and other products, please visit our website at nms.gov.bz. Our next forecast comes out at 12 p.m. this afternoon. With that, we end this morning's forecast from the Belize National Meteorological Service.
Sunup and 7 family, welcome back. That was the weather update. And of course, now we have Jules ready to give you a proper serving of the beef. Jules, you're not leaving any part of the beef out today.
I was hoping that I wouldn't have to serve at all. I mean, hope that a Christmas ham we could eat today, but regrettably, it's the same salty, sour beef.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, let's just race through it.
Yeah,
It's
let's
a lot.
just go
It's
through
a
it,
lot.
yeah.
It's 10?
It's
Okay,
10.
we'll set a new record.
I don't know if we ever did 10, Jules.
It's too much. It's the Christmas closeout.
And what do you
Beef
think?
Christmas closeout. It's
Oy.
over.
Oy.
It's over.
So y'all breed?
I'm breathing. I'm good.
Okay.
Let's go downhill.
All right, so let's go downhill because everybody was talking about or raving about this picture about you
Yeah.
know the house and everything with orange. So let's look at orange. Is orange a new blue? How you
So-
doing that color?
Yeah, really. I didn't. There was no fitting for me. They're all tailor made. Are we able to show the House of Representatives from Friday? The PUP bedecked in orange. So I will have to lean on you too, because you all have a far. I am a jaded, cynical, long-time political observer.
Okay.
This is a political. Victor, can we pull up the footage? This is a political stunt. No, that's fine. Politics is stunty. The UD people, a similar one, and I embrace that one. They did it. It wasn't similar, but it was ideologically similar. The UD people did a few weeks ago, but it was so ridiculous and outrageous that I liked it. However, with this, I don't know, it rather than being ridiculous and outrageous, it feels a little sanctimonious, right? So I'm saying from my jaded political perspective, because you have people in there who are not on the good side of domestic gender-based violence. You have two persons in there, one who has been accused, one who has been charged in court, and there are others. I know of others. And all of us are not as bad as our worst moment. I won't judge them, but I'm saying that when you have, I think they have 24 men. When you have 24 men in orange, 12 24 powerful men in orange. Either it sends a powerful signal of uniform support, or it sends a dubious signal of sanctimony. Because I am a jaded political observer, and I have seen many political stunts, I will say that it errs on the side of sanctimony. But I would love to hear your opinion, because you all are younger than me. Because I am young.
You are young.
But you all are younger than me, and you all have perhaps a more balanced perspective. What did you feel when you saw it? Did you, as a woman,
I was
feel-
happy.
Okay,
I was
great.
really happy to see, you know. For me, I think that showcasing the color, regardless of all the background noise of everything, of what people can say from it, because I know people are looking at it and say, they look like jailbirds and all that. And for me, I was just happy to see them take a big stance in this way.
Good.
That's what I was looking at, to show that, hey, we stand in solidarity. However, the only thing I will say as a young person too as well, and looking at just putting on colors, I just also hope that policies and things that are on programming is done that also reflects this huge stance. Because it's one thing to talk the talk, but I also want to see you walk the walk too as well. But for me, I'm glad to see people come out. I'm glad to see, if it was cancer awareness, one thing you put on the full pink, I would still be supporting it fully. It's just, for me, I want everything to reflect. I don't want it to just look nice, but I was happy to see that. Kev, I'm not sure how you're feeling about it, baby
So
boo.
people were asking if it was AI.
No, because somebody did an
Some people were
AI
asking
picture
if
that
it
did
was
the
AI.
pants orange too as well.
Yes,
Because
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought, it was like, they can't do the full suit in orange. Nobody thought.
It's
no
the unfortunate
PR person.
reality that the House of Representatives, people see them as criminals.
Yeah.
They see them all as thieves. That's the public perception. So when you dress in orange, your mind immediately says, okay, well, we finally got our dream come true.
It was
All of
fitting,
them,
yeah?
all of them are in jail.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I interrupted you,
No, that's
Kevin.
okay, Jules. No, but definitely that was a funny thought that people were thinking it was AI because they couldn't believe that, for one, everybody would come and properly coordinate.
Except for Julius, ever the rebel,
I was wondering
dressed
about
in
that.
peach, a peach.
He may miss the fitting.
Yeah, he didn't miss the fitting.
Yeah, because
He
you
sent them a
see the
message.
PM's wire. It was a wire bed and orange, so you
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
had to like custom.
Yeah,
I
all
don't
of
know
them
before.
were custom ideas.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear your perspective.
I agree with Renata. You know, for me, it's more than it should be more than the political stunt of coming dressed in orange. It's like, how do you hold yourself accountable as persons? Because as you mentioned, there are people that have not had the best reputations in regards to addressing domestic violence or gender-based violence within themselves and within their spaces. So, like, how do you hold yourself accountable? Like, what have you done to, like, rectify your actions? How do you support your staff within your ministries to be able to be fully supported in case there's gender-based violence taking place? But also, like, what policies and programs come in place after? You know, like, it's always good to see something tangible that comes out of this rather than just an appearance.
Right. Well, in my perspective, and I will finish on this, cabinet is the patriarchy, is a representation of the patriarchy. When the Auxiliary brought her very serious of allegations against Minister Andre Perez, it was a cabal of men who sat and decided how they would handle her. How will we minimize this woman? How will we marginalize her? How will we discredit her? This is how the political machine reacts. The political machine is a product and a function of the patriarchy.
Yeah.
So in my mind, because I know too much about what happens behind closed doors and the negotiations, just from my experience, I think it reeks of sanctimony. But I embrace the symbolism as well. This is the spirit of Christmas. Moving on.
Yeah.
I embrace the
Look at you,
symbolism.
look at you.
Moving on. False and all. Okay.
So now let's
next.
talk about ASR BSI's influence on legislations and legislators.
Yeah, so this is this was the biggest legislative business in the House on Friday. The Sugar Industry and Cogeneration Project Amendment Act of 2025. This is drafted by ASR, American Sugar Refineries, Department of Banana Republic Affairs. This is Vende Patria legislation. Jose Mai, Abelardo Mai is rolling in his hospital bed. If he were in one, he is not. But this is what the PUP walked out of the House on in 2012 when the UDP brought it, because it's Vende Patria legislation. And now the same PUP have brought it back. Show the next page, please. I think we have 2 pages of it. This is what was passed in the House on Friday. It is to extend BSI and Belcogen exemption from business tax, withholding tax, interest, dividends, and payment on all technical service.
Yeah.
The exemption shall be for 10 years.
10 years.
So the UDP gave it for 10 years. The PUP objected. Francis Fonseca, Said Musa, Florencio Marin Jr. I'm trying to remember. It was Marco Tulio Mendes. All of them walked out of the House in protest of this because they said it was unfair to farmers. Show the second page for me, gentlemen. We only have one? Okay, my bad. So I'm saying that they said it was unfair to farmers.
And look at this.
Well, and here we are today. They're bringing back the same legislation. Now, in 2012, ASR was just coming. I understand we needed to give them an incentive. The sugar industry was then, as it is now, on the brink of collapse. This is apparently a permanent state of affairs. The sugar industry, the problems are myriad, multifarious, and complex. There is no simple solution for the diversity of morbid symptoms which afflict this poor industry. And I agree it affects the miller, and I agree it affects the farmers. It's very difficult and complex to solve. But I have a problem with when we gave them an initial set of incentives. This is the largest sugar refiner in the world, Florida Crystals. This is a multi-billion-dollar company. Respect to their fortune. But we are not the instrumentality of your corporate exercises. Yes, the Prime Minister says they've lost millions. I understand that. They've invested millions. And they don't want, everything is, we don't want to left Belize. Everything, we are like the spouse whose husband or wife is threatening to leave, and you're saying, do anything. We cannot remain in this state forever.
That is true.
Right? I do anything. I make you sleep outside and do whatever you want. I'm just saying that we cannot forever be a nation on our knees, and that is why it concerns me when the Minister of State with responsibility for the sugar industry is trotted around Washington, D.C. Can we show Osmond Martinez? Is trotted around Washington, D.C. as an instrumentality of ASR. He's like their mascot, the boy from Belize, the boy from Bella Vista. That is 2 ASR executives. Bring back the last picture. That's Senator Rick Scott from Florida. No doubt, closely with the Van Hool family. Bring back the last picture. I think we have the raw picture there on it. So that is Mr. Mac McLachlan, Vice President of International Relations. Rui Fernandez, I believe, he has another executive role in ASR, BSI. They took, and that's an employee of our foreign ministry, but I'm saying that they took Mr. Osmond to Washington and they trotted him around as their multinational mascot. It is not a good look when, as an independent nation, who should look out for its farmers first, that we are being, that our minister with responsibility for that. No one has criticized Josemai more than me, but Josemai would not be caught in a body bag or in a back brace being trotted around Washington, D.C. We must have some pride. We cannot be vassals of a multinational. We can't be trotted around Washington, D.C. And we brought our boy from Belize. I'm just saying, it's not a good look. I don't want to clown Ozzy, but I'm just saying, I'm sorry, that's so unfortunate. That's a bad joke, forgive me. That's Christmas joke, that's a Christmas joke. But I don't want to make, I understand the man is working for the state and he's trying to get things done. But when we are being taken around, shown around Washington by executives of the largest sugar refiner on earth, with whom we must have a productive and excellent relationship, but also we must not become vendepatrias who are who are subject to every whim and fancy
Yeah.
of our corporate overlords. It's not a good look.
And we've also had multiple conversations about the crisis of the sugar industry. And so when you look at all these exemptions that these folks are going to get, those are areas where you could get revenue to be able to improve the sugar industry. So it's like, it's not adding up, you know? So you're saying farmers, we're doing all of this on your behalf, but this does not reflect
Or if you're
that
doing this, what are you
intention.
doing for the farmers too as well? Because you're
Well, and the
doing
farmers
all
aren't
right.
mentioned in the legislation. The Prime Minister said in the House, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're putting in sugar roads. Let me see it. You've been talking for years about giving them relief on their debts. The farmers live in debt. They have been talking literally for years, we'll make a facility available and we will refinance their debt. We've been hearing about it, let us see it. So I understand the difficulty, and I understand the government is trying to keep ASR, BSI in Belize. But do we lie so low that they can just manipulate us?
That's a great point, yeah.
You know, because first we had to remove Josemai as Minister of Sugar Industry. They did this right after PM came back from visiting them in Florida, which Osmond Martinez also went to do, to visit them in Florida at their main refinery. I am just concerned that once again, we are in the grips of the neoliberals. And it is showing in the behavior of the government. But I've said enough.
But
Let's move on. Go ahead,
I
sorry.
also want to ask, so what is the factor giving? Are like they're moving into a different refinery? What's really happening to as well to probe for this?
What's happening is that the sugar industry remains in crisis. The yields are lower than ever. With fusarium, it's going to be even worse. ASR is constantly threatening to say, we cannot support a losing operation, we're going to pull out.
Yeah.
We're going to pull out. So the government, to incentivize them to remain, is on its knees begging and is extending, because they say, I'm sure they said, we'll pull out if you don't extend these concessions for another 10 years. We need to give our principals something, and the government said we'll give them anything. We'll send Osman to be on a mascot, the multinational mascot. I'm just saying it's problematic because it shows that we are in the clutches of a multinational. I won't say in the pocket, but in the clutches of a multinational. And it's not a good look for us as a sovereign nation.
No.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, I was just asking, are we tapping into a higher market value? What's going, like, these kind of things are the questions.
We are begging them, just stay at Belize.
Just stay-
Please continue to be our overlords.
Make we talk about, yeah, make we talk about.
Continue to be our overlords. Please be kind and beneficent and not too rough with the whip.
And you know who wasn't too rough too as well with the whip too as well? The transport regulations are to be modified, Jules. The
Yes,
new one.
it seems that the uproar raised by the motorcycle drivers, the uproar has reached the highest echelons of power. There are indications that they will make a modification in the mandatory training, which is what has created a lot of the uproar, because it can cost up to 300. It could be free, could be 50, could be 100, cannot be more than 300. But in everybody's mind, they're at 300.
Yeah.
When I charge you 300, which is I
It's the
understand.
highest amount that you can go
Yes,
to. But
well,
people like,
well, everybody always charge a highest amount.
That is true.
Fuel is controlled at $12.70 a gallon. Ain't nobody sell it for $11.70. So I'm just saying, people sell for the most they can. But my point is that they want to modify it to say that if you have been driving a cycle for 2 years with no infractions, no tickets, no other accidents, you don't have to do this training,
okay.
right? And only if you have an infraction, if you've been in an accident, do you have to do this training.
Okay.
That's one thought. I'm hearing another thought as well, that the government may subsidize the training. You see, we can't escape from the fact that the most socioeconomically vulnerable working people are those who are driving motorcycles.
Yeah, that's true.
People drive motorcycles not because, some of them love it, But the majority who drive it is because they can't afford a car and they can't depend on the bus.
Yeah, that is true.
Right?
It won't take them to the places they need to go, and
Yeah,
they have to
on
move
a
around.
timely or dependable
Yeah.
basis. So, you know, that's why people get motorcycles. It's not because they want to. Most of them. You know, I understand some love the feel of the vehicle, but they're modifying it to soften it. Will the cycle drivers be appeased? My feeling, point and time in the political cycle, the PUP have a fresh mandate in March of this year. Fresh gone stale very quick with the PUP. And people don't want to hear anything about putting your hands in their pocket as a tax collector or the fee collector. So I understand they want to reduce the impact of it. And it will, most people will be exempted if you've been driving for 2 years, most current people, if you've been driving for 2 years without an infraction. But all new entrants will have to deal with it. And I am saying, my feeling is people will still, there will still be wholesale rejection. But let us wait and see. I don't want to forecast it. It's a move by the government to try and soften it. And we have to see where it goes. But at least they're hearing the cry of the motorcycle
Which
drivers.
is good because, you know, before it seemed like it was, I didn't tell you what had happened. I just want to talk to you and make you know what had happened. It seems
Yeah.
like there is a cry that's like, okay, maybe we can't just shove it down your throat.
Yeah.
May I give you some water to swallow better?
But let's see if they take the pill. So we have to wait and see. Good, we're moving on. Good
Yeah,
progress.
let's not talk about the BTL speednet deal, Jules. There's still no answers.
Yeah, you know, the Prime Minister said an interesting thing. He's always such an interesting man.
He is.
He said an interesting thing on Friday when Courtney interviewed him. I am not involved with it. And if you want to know business side, you need to go speak to them. I have whatever, their private companies. My brother, the Prime Minister, you appoint directly. The government of Belize owns 49.8% of BTL. So you appoint a majority of the directors, including the chairman. So it is not like you are, boy, I want to know what's happening in that private company run by all these strangers. These are people you appoint, and the others who represent Social Security Board, which owns, I think, 26%, the others are indirectly appointed by you because you appointed them to the Social Security Board. So I'm saying that a super majority of the board members are appointed by you, Mr. Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. You, as the Minister of Finance, are really the shareholder. The government owns 50%. The Ministry of Finance is the shareholder. You are the Minister of Finance, so you can't say that you know, you'd have to ask the people at BTL, sir, they answer to you, that you appoint them. That's what he said, you'll have to ask the people at BTL. But let me tell you something. The board members and council, because this not come to the board yet. A proposed $200 million acquisition. Can you hear it again?
Wow.
200. That's what I'm hearing. I'd have to go by what I hear because there's no public information, right?
Yeah.
There's no public disclosure, no public information. But I'm reliably informed that the board members don't know anything. It hasn't been brought to the board yet. And the matter is afoot. Talkings are being had in the final stages.
Wow.
That's what I'm told. So I will give the Prime Minister a blight. His board can't tell her nothing because the board doesn't know. The board has not been consulted. It's a need-to-know basis. And the board, which is responsible for the corporate governance of BTL, and this is the biggest thing that BTL would do since nationalization, I am reliably informed they have not yet been told. They will meet on Thursday this week. I'm not invited. But I will wait and see if it... but I'm told that it's imminently afoot, and there are stirrings in the media. I know my brother from Plus TV, Louis Wade, has made a concerned post. I want to stress, creating a monopoly, a telecoms monopoly, reverses all that we have been told for 30 years about the virtues of competition. Competition keeps prices down. When there's a monopoly, prices go up. Also, there's a very serious factor here. There have to be 100 to 200 people who could stand to lose their jobs, who work at these existing cable or phone companies that would be bought up by BTL. So I'm just saying there are important public considerations. Now, Courtney raised with the Prime Minister that his family, according to reports, between cable, their substantial cable holdings and Speednet 20% ownership, they stand to make $50 million. The Briceño family, the Prime Minister scoffed at that. Right? After first saying he doesn't know anything about it, I don't know how your family business ended in a $50 million transaction with a company owned majority by the state. And boy, I don't hear nothing about it. 50 million, you know, Joe. 50 million is what I am quite reliably informed on the table. If it's less, great, but it's not going to be less than 40 that the Briceño family stands to gain from this sale. And the Prime Minister appointed the supermajority of members. It's just multiple conflicts arise, and all right, but then we need to address the public and explain to them the rationale behind it, right? Explain to them what's happening and why, because if people are going to lose their jobs, you know, we need public information, but the Prime Minister keeps on hiding behind these totally transparent attempting to put up veils to cover him, but he can't escape from the fact that it's his family and he appoints the supermajority of the board members. So we're still waiting for proper disclosure, but so is the board of directors, so I don't feel so bad.
It's a need to know basis, and you
Need to know. I definitely don't need to know. I am last on the list.
Jules, now let's talk about Budna. Criminal conspiracy to cover up.
It's the end of the year. I really urge the Prime Minister or some functionary of the government, I would say the compul, but I haven't seen him in a while, but I would urge somebody to come forward and say, listen, we're caught. Whatever. You know, functionaries of the state did this. At least give us an approximation of the truth. But to continue to hide behind a tissue of lies. It is a tissue of lies, and it is tearing. It has frayed at the corner, and now it is tearing in the middle. It is a tissue of lies to say that, to not accept that police were involved, to not accept that police officers, poor Mr. Choco, other officers were pulled into a criminal conspiracy not of their own making, something they could not have conceived of, something they did not plan, something they did not execute. But they have been drawn in. Believe me, when this year started off, Mr. Choco never wanted to become a national name. He was pulled into it because of the complete incompetence with which state actors tried to pull off the abduction of a citizen. It is a tissue of lies. Quit hiding behind the man is a pedophile. They're not the parents of the victims who abducted him. It is a political actor who initiated it and sent it to police who executed it. Tell the children the truth. The tissue of lies is torn, Mr. Prime Minister. For Christmas, tell us the truth. We have unearthed a conspiracy, and it involves XYZ. You cannot continue to hide behind a tissue of lies. It is torn. You are naked. You are seen to be upholding criminality, of which I do not believe the Prime Minister was a part. But if he was not complicit in it, and I do not believe he was, he is making himself complicit by not accepting the central reality of something that happened in his own constituency. Have some pride, sir. Have some pride for Orange Walk Central at least. And accept. Because he said a crime could have happened. A crime happened in your constituency. The whole country has seen it. Every single Belizean has seen this horrible grainy footage. I wish it weren't grainy. Every Belizean has seen it. And now every Belizean knows that police officers were told to give a false statement to uphold ACP Anderson, that you continue to maintain your constituent is the best police officer. Well, they put together a fraudulent investigation, sir. They made police officers, they forced them under the will of the high command under the gravitational force of the high command, they made good police officers go and give fraudulent statements. One of them had to go to an officer's house to do it. They went to, who gives a statement? Who signs a statement in a senior officer's house? You have involved police officers in a criminal conspiracy. Yeah. Sir, tell the children the truth. Do not uphold criminality in your country. The tissue of lies is torn. Stop hiding behind it, because we can all see you. Do not commit yourself to upholding a criminal conspiracy. Let's move on.
Yes.
Move on.
We're going fast.
So
Good.
we have only 11 murders statisticated in October.
I'm very concerned. I saw the Belize Crime Observatory put up numbers for 2025 crime statistics for October. We were waiting on it. And I think we have the picture at it. So that shows the number, that shows 2024. I think we might have one that shows the actual figure beside it, but October, when you click on it, shows only 11 murders in October of 2025. I counted 15. There were others who counted 17. I'm concerned because these are people's families. These are lives that were lost of beloved people. And I am telling you that you cannot minimize them because you want to get a good statistical outcome to make commissioner look good and make minister look good. And we are not properly recording the number of murders. I want someone to show me how it is that in October of 2025, when we recorded minimum 15 murders, even if you don't count the vehicular homicide, I believe, of the 2 young men by Tea Kettle, even if you don't count that, which I believe was, the family maintains was a vehicular homicide. But I'm saying there were at least 15. And I do not want these people's families to be minimized in pursuit of a statistical reduction in crime. It is untrue, I believe, to statisticate 11 murders for October of 2025. This is a pattern of behavior. They like to not classify clear murders as murders so that they can get a better statistical outcome. Do not trivialize the pain and the loss of people. So I will really need some proof on who those 11 are, because I'm sure I can add 4 to it.
And like I said, other news stations were able to add up to like 17 too as well.
Yes, so, yeah, I wouldn't say other news stations, but other keen observers.
Keen observers, okay.
Yes, yes.
So,
but anyway, let's wait and see on that. Yeah.
So let's move right along.
And there's still no CEO for Home Affairs.
So this is a related matter. It's incredible and embarrassing, as the old Pape Pote would say, that 6 weeks after a transfer or after a shuffle in the Ministry of Home Affairs, when they removed Karim Musa, we still cannot get a new Minister of Home Affairs. I mean, it's sorry, a new CEO, for Home Affairs. It's such a fail, and it shows executive indecision on the part of the government. You know, up to Friday, the PM is still flip-flopping. But why are they flip-flopping? Because the minister wants a certain CEO. I believe he wants the Admiral from Coast Guard.
Oh, okay.
And I believe the Prime Minister wants Chester Williams. Now, I consider, you know, I won't express a preference, but I will say that I consider Admiral Bennett from the Coast Guard, excellent and fine gentleman, but he's a soldier. Mira is a soldier. I do not believe you can have 2 soldiers running a civilian police department. Just from the outside, I do believe that Chester Williams is the foremost authority on policing in Belize. I have had many clashes with him.
Oh yes.
But I'm just saying from a policing perspective, the policy of how policing should work. I think he's more in tune with that. Admiral Bennett is a brilliant man, and I'm sure he could learn, but I'm saying that regardless of what, that's not my choice. It's not my choice to make, but it's incredible to me that the Prime Minister is still flip-flopping on this. Where is the executive will? Where is the authority to just say, man, this is my choice, and this is what will happen?
Yeah.
He just, he's in this dance with the minister. I want this, you want that. I want this, you want that.
I mean, the last time he just made an executive choice to us and put a minister in a certain ministry, and the minister said no. So I don't know, maybe he's right now being
he was rejected by one of his own
so
ministers.
maybe he's being a little bit more mindful of just being
That's not how you
dictator.
govern. You don't govern by indecision.
And especially if, such an important ministry and you're still have... It feels like it was a rush decision of what came, right? Because you change somebody and still have no succession process for it. So
because the minister who was given the ministry didn't accept it, and now you can't find a CEO.
Yeah.
It's not a good look for a very important ministry. Citizen security or insecurity is one of the biggest problems in Belize, no?
Yeah.
Good, moving on. We're doing good with time.
Yes.
Bullridge, oh my gosh.
Bullridge is getting bullish.
Yeah, man, they sent out a release and they really hurt me with it, man. They called me name.
What's the release saying, Jules?
They called me name. Guys, are we able to pull up that release? I couldn't memorize it. It's so bad. Anyway, what the release said was, how you talk about we and you not can check with we first. You, Mr. Jules Vasquez, points raised, by journalist, Mr. Jules Vasquez. Please not call me Mr. Sir. Good. My point is that it goes on to explain, and can we pull out the one with the highlights on it? There's one with the highlight. But what it's basically saying is that FCD is the problem. FCD is in our park. Is in our forest reserve, sorry. They have left the boundaries of their park. Scarlet Macaw, Specialty Tourism, Security Service, the agricultures are all in the Chiquibull National Park, which is not the forest reserve. And they should be in the forest reserve. And then it goes on to say, therefore, FCD should ensure that activities align with the approved management plan and but hold on, I'll get to them. Unlike FCD, Bullridge invests and operates fully within legally defined jurisdiction. What we are seeing here is, again, the arrogance, the corporate arrogance that the government is aiding and abetting when it has taken a complete shift away from the national standard. It's almost a national ethos of a conservation-based approach. And they are now going neoliberal style to a corporate-based approach. And what that release is an expression of is their corporate ego. Let me just explain. Listen, this section, this beef is a commentary on current events. It's not the news, guys. I won't interview you for it. When there's a story, we will reach out to you for comment and we will interview you. I can make a comment on what I observe based on my experience. But, and if we can show the last page of it again, guys, because they said nobody reach out to us. I don't have to reach out to you to make a comment on you. You're a public actor. You have been chosen by the state. You were chosen by the state to participate in the Selva Verde or the consultations about the Tri-National Park, the Calakmul Declaration. You were chosen to do that by the state. The state chose you to be the representative. So now you don't want state level actor? I can't talk about it. I have to go and check with you first before I talk about you. Why go from like that? When we do the news, we have to check with them. But to comment on you, nobody call we. Jules Vasquez never call you. Damn right I never call you. Then don't call me. Call People Magazine. Whatever that is. No, but I'm just saying, I respect what they do. They have a long-term logging license, 40 years. The good John Briceño signed it. But what I'm commenting on is the shift, the governmental shift away from conservation-based. We are getting like Trump. If you want to go to the national parks now, they have a gold card with Trump's picture on it. That is what we are doing. We are handing over the management or the control of protected areas because Pine Ridge, the green gold. And now is the gold rush, then pave the road. The whole Maya forest everybody, they say green gold, build your land. And I'm saying that the government is aligned with this and is saying neoliberal style, let us plunder, let us get into this. Not saying Bull Ridge is plundering, they manage their logging concession, fine. But I'm saying that there's an overall shift in how the government relates to protected areas.
Yeah.
They prioritize and they give proprietary rights to corporate interests and no longer conservation interests.
That is
Let us accept the reality.
And to see like your FCD as a conflict, right? It's just like
They need to ensure.
it
Yeah.
makes you like
They
really raise
stay
questions. We're
in
thinking
the
about protecting
management
macaws,
plans.
which everybody's proud of. Monitoring beetles, which affects.
The
pine
corporation will do that now.
like-
The corporation knows what's best for everybody.
Wow.
The corporate overlords, don't forget, they're our corporate overlords.
Thank you for checking us, Jules. So let's talk about Belize's first special envoy for oil and gas.
You know, I want to announce David Morales, cousin of the Prime Minister, a man good and true.
Wow.
Previously, his greatest claim to fame was being Mike Perfeet's law attorney and the presumptive author of the definitive with an A agreement. But David Morales, attorney at law, is now Belize's first
Wow.
special envoy. Let me find it. Special envoy for oil and gas. Do we have the title there, guys? Can we show it? This was in the Gazette in October. And as of October 1st, 2025, David Morales is the special envoy for oil and gas. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
But I reached out to David. He says he's been in this industry for 20 years, and he's the PM's personal representative to advance Belize's interests, provide strategic guidance, and diplomatic representation on matters related to the nations participating in global oil and gas markets, energy security, and major foreign direct investment. He will serve as liaison on behalf of the PM as he may deem necessary. Official position is to try and obtain foreign direct investment in that field. But I'm just saying, he should also mention in either the PM family. I'm just saying, there is another member of the PM's family. It seems they're very interested in energy and oil.
They're very
because
talented.
they're very talented. There's
Very
another
talented.
member who I believe is licensed to import fuel by road, and is doing so quite. So I'm just saying, it's a family with a lot of oil and energy interest. But yeah, that's so. Big
Well
up David
connected.
Morales, Belize's first special envoy for oil and gas. Long may he reign.
Wow.
And he's doing it for free. Thank you.
Wow.
Good. All right, next, we're almost done. We're
The
doing
last
good.
one. So the penitent PM says he won't do it
We
again.
won't do it again.
So, Courtney interviewed the PM on Friday about whether he stands by that terrible little release put out by his office, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, making a personal attack on me. And anytime you mock at you, and then say, well, I'm going to do it again. When you do, I'm going to do it again. That's basically what he told Courtney. And I'm not going to do it again. Whatever was done. He said you will never see another release like that from the Prime Minister's office.
Okay.
Love means never having to say you're sorry, PM. I really feel that energy from you. I never get invited to your Christmas party Friday. I take on least slight by that. I've been passed over for now 55 years running. I've never been invited.
You know, make the
But
cut.
yeah, but I thought this year was going to be my year. I didn't get invited, but the PM, I hope my wish for him in the new year is that he gets some new advisors, because I'm told that it is his advisors who counseled him to make that terrible, unfortunate release. That that it take a lick for, and not only locally, internationally.
Yeah.
It take a lick for it for bringing his high office so low. And my prayer for him in the new year would be that he can keep away from such conduct, but he'll never do it again.
He won't do it again.
He will never do it again.
It's like, it's the last time.
New Year's resolution.
New
Year's resolution. I will not attack journalists in any release. Never again. Never
Only in
again.
interviews.
Never, only in interviews. No. Man, love means never having to say you're sorry, brother. But a true man knows how to say sorry. So I'll still wait on a public apology. But he did give a private one, which is a lot for a prime
That's
minister.
why I was very surprised. So I'm glad to see. So we'll see if the public one comes. Maybe that's the resolution for 2026.
I'm good. I'm happy with his vow to never make it happen again. It'll never happen again. Respect to that.
So with that, Jules, we come to the end.
Yes, we didn't do bad on time. The show started late, so you can't judge me too harsh.
We're not.
So this is the last beef for the year? Or yeah, have an
If I had a backyard, somebody please put me out of my terrible misery. I'm telling the producer now, do not accept. If you sit there and say Jules Vasquez beef, tell her done. It's done. See you all in 2026.
But 2026, we do know there's a new leaf where we're going to be checking the pressure.
Yes, checking the pressure. Yeah.
Before and after, guys. So we're really looking forward to seeing.
I might have some residual ham in my bloodstream.
Jules says it's officially ham season, so beef is going to take a
Beef is over. It's ham season.
It's
God,
season.
too much beef.
Hey, but we
Give
also
us a
have to
break.
thank our viewers for joining last week's Christmas Brown.
Yes, that's the
was
first
really
thing I
good.
wanted to say. I want first to thank all the staff for working so hard and putting out that an excellent week of entertainment. My favorite nights were the musical nights because we had bands on Thursday and Friday. And but throughout the week and the giveaways, but I really want to thank the viewers for tuning in, for supporting us, and the sponsors who supported us, and really all the crew that worked very hard for very many nights and to come back here fresh in the morning.
Yeah.
My thanks
That's true.
to everyone.
Another 5th Bram. So we look forward to next year again.
Right,
Bren?
exactly.
Yeah, so next year's going to be 6 years. My goodness. And then our
Look at that.
anniversary for Sunup is 5 years too next year.
Yes.
Imagine, a lot of time just to go, just like that.
Time is
But Jules, people also told me they wanted to see you dance for Christmas Bram too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
They're very
that-
disappointed in your actions.
I was dancing at home. I was dancing at home. Me and Super Furia.
I think Roxy appreciated that.
Yeah.
Yes. But folks, as we wrap up our Monday morning beef, we have a beautiful sunrise to share with you. So we're going to cue that in at the moment. And also, wow, look at this.
Awesome.
Oh, wow,
It's
this
beautiful.
is so
I think I
dramatic.
took that.
You sure?
Yeah, Swing Bridge.
It's the swing bridge, yes.
Yeah. A couple days ago, though, cause it's
yeah,
great this morning.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, say your name, but I'll make you claim it as yours.
Yes. Yeah.
And he won't do it again if he's lying, guys. Don't worry, he won't do it
Exactly.
again.
I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I won't do it again.
Yeah.
But with that, guys, we're going to go to our first commercial break, and we have a jam-packed, exciting show coming up for you too as well. Stay tuned.
All members on this side of the chambers today are wearing orange as a unified expression of solidarity with survivors and as a public reaffirmation of the government of Belize's zero tolerance stance towards gender-based violence. Work is underway to strengthen the Domestic Violence Act, including improved enforcement mechanisms and provisions to address cyber harassment, digital stalking, and financial control. The expansion of government-led case management, including counseling, psychosocial support, legal assistance, and emergency safety support for victims. Support to safe houses through training, educational materials, equipment, and dignity kits, and plans to expand access to professional counselors with permanent establishment positions proposed. And work is underway to ensure senior justices of the peace can issue emergency protection orders when magistrates are unavailable. All these efforts demonstrate this government's commitment not only to respond to violence, but also to prevent it.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between. each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for a journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Out here, the sea is more than just water. It's memory, identity, and livelihood.
One of my most memorable catch was at the reef patch. It was completely covered with lobster. You couldn't even see the coral. It was completely covered with lobster. We caught about 400 or 500 pounds of lobster in one day.
These memories live in the hearts of Belize's fishers. But today, the story is changing.
If you fish one area over and over, you won't have anything. That's why today we have a big problem with fishing.
Despite increasing pressure on our oceans, fishers remain at the front lines, adapting, innovating, and calling for change.
The guys that are fishing, they know the tricks of the trade, so it's easy to hide, it's easy to get away, and it's just been happening for too many years.
Fisher stories are Belize's stories. Support fisher-led decision-making because their best catch can still lie ahead.
On August 30th, 2023, Central Bank Governor Curry Michael, originally brought into the bank's senior ranks under the UDP, placed one of his close associates as administrator of St. Francis Xavier Credit Union. What was described as an interim measure has now dragged on for over 2 years with no end in sight. So the question is simple. Why is the government allowing Mr. Michael and the central bank to use heavy-handed tactics against the credit union movement?
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years. Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Hi, have you heard about the expungement of criminal records? Well, as of August 1st, 2024, the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act allows for you to apply to have certain criminal charges permanently erased from your record. Isn't that amazing?
So, what makes you eligible to apply for expungement? The offense must qualify for expungement based on Schedule 2 and 3 of the law. You must meet the applicable rehabilitation period. This is the time period you must wait before you can apply. The applicant must not have any outstanding matters or have had any other convictions during the rehabilitation period. You can qualify for automatic expungement for certain first-time drug offenses, as well as COVID-related offenses. So, what are the benefits of expungement? Well, it broadens employment and educational opportunities that a criminal record would normally hinder.
It gives you a peace of mind away from the stigma of having a criminal conviction and provides you with access to services that may be otherwise restricted.
If you have a past criminal conviction, here's what you can do to get it expunged. First, verify if you qualify for expungement. Then, prepare the application package. Each package consists of 2 forms. Applications are available countrywide. You then make a non-refundable payment of $100 at your nearest Treasury Department and finally submit the package and payment receipt to any Ministry of Human Development office countrywide. Note, applicants will receive a notification within 90 days to see if their application was approved or denied. So, if you are interested, visit any Human Development office countrywide, any magistrate court, or the Ministry of Home Affairs office in Belmopan. For more information, you can call 227-2716 or you can WhatsApp 613-0343.
Good morning, Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Monday episode. Just before the commercial break, we had a great Monday morning beef with Jules. He says it may be the last one for the year. We're going to see because the ham season. But definitely what we do know is that Christmas is here and Cellular World has amazing deals that we have to take advantage of. And tell us everything about those deals, we have Fernando Santos joining us today. He's the marketing officer at Cellular World. Fernando, you have great things to share with the viewers today.
What's up your sleeve?
That's right. Good morning, guys. Again, it has been an amazing season, and coming back here to share another promotion that we have to make the Christmas gifts for everybody a little bit more easy to access. And for people who have been looking to get a special device throughout the whole year, this is the right time, and we want to make it even easier for all of our customers to give something very special to their families and loved ones. As we were talking before, try to beat the Christmas rush for next week. We are making it so that this week everybody can prepare all of the gifts for the family at the best price of the year.
All right.
Oh, I love that. So the excitement is in the air. And before, I just also want to say thank you for being one of our big sponsors for Christmas Prom. People were super excited. They wanted to win that TV on Christmas Prom night. Like, Kevin did a good job of trying to hold it for us to make sure we see it. But that's like some of the great offers that you guys have for persons out there that want to just like change their whole home, get something for themselves, get something for their loved one too as well. These are the great things that Cellular World is offering for them this time around.
Correct. It is a great season for giving, and that's really the spirit that we want to have. And we were so happy to see the person who won the TV, and you know everybody expecting until late in the evening to win it. We are very happy to do that every year, and looking forward for next year to make it even more special.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So
a bigger TV for sure.
A bigger TV.
Exactly. No, definitely.
Yeah. But Fernando, so there's Christmas deals, but there's also special promotions for 3 days. Which one do you want to get started with?
Exactly. Well, starting today, Monday, we have the 15th, right?
Yes, today's the 15th.
So right in the middle of the month, we want to give everybody the chance to get new TV, new headphones, new tablets, everything at the best price, because we already had our Christmas promotion, and on top of that, we're launching our 3-day mega sale in which we're giving exclusive discounts on top of our discounts that we had for Christmas. So, for example, on our biggest TV, our Samsung 85-inch, we're taking already $100 more off from what it was already going for.
Oh, wow.
So from initially during the year, it was around $3,000 more or less, and now it's come down to $2,599 for the biggest TV that we have in all of the store. Nice Samsung Crystal UHD 85-inch, something to make your house completely unique, something to make the experience of Christmas together very special. And on top of that, if what you're looking is for another size of TV, we are giving 10% off on top of our Christmas promotion for all of our TVs to get the family together and enjoy some nice Christmas movies, I imagine you guys have your own favorite. In my house, we used to love the Polar Express.
Oh,
very
that's so nice. I
cinematic.
haven't seen it in a while. I would just watch Scrooge. The Christmas Carol the other night too as well. I just love Christmas movies. I know how they're gonna end, but I don't care. I'm gonna watch it still.
Wow, that's a great deal, I can't even think what 85 inches look like, but
it's gonna be looking like a whole movie theater, basically. Like I could just picture it, Fernando. You have that up, you take off all the lights, or maybe you have your Christmas lights on in the background or something, and then you have like the couch cozy with the blanket and everything. Oh, this is just creating a real family scene too as well, because you can enjoy these gifts with your family, with your friends too.
Correct.
Especially when Christmas is a time of connection and like really bringing back that hope and so forth. So this is bringing that back for persons when they can be able to get that.
Yeah,
That's
so there's
right.
TV deals. There's also, I'm sure, I guess, like washing machines also that people can get on amazing discount prices.
Exactly. Now that we've been bringing our Samsung appliances to the homes of many people here to make everyday tasks easier and even entertaining, because you have so many things to discover on our Samsung appliances that every day you find out a new feature to make your life easier and accessible through your phone, through the internet, or even schedule it on the systems, the computers themselves, to have a more easy lifestyle. You don't have to be on top of the washing machine because it does the work for you. And now we're bringing our 19 kilogram. It's a big size for a washing machine with smart technology for only $10.99. And that what gives everybody is a chance to experience what Samsung brings to the modern life, to smart living, as we say in cellular world, because it does the job for you. It detects how dirty the clothes are. It can give you a speed wash so that the clothes don't get damaged from the constant, the motion and long cycles. They damage the clothes terribly. So they do it quick, they do it efficiently, and they do it smart. So that every time it's easier than the last time.
Oh wow, that's okay. High tech on a different level.
The only thing that's left is for it to fold it for you, Ren.
I'm just literally thinking about like, can it fold it for me now? At this point, like, would it want to do that? I'm waiting for the upgrade, because when they upgrade it, it's gonna be able to fold, and I'm gonna be getting that one for my clothes. I'll sit there and watch.
Yeah,
the whole
definitely.
process.
But for somebody that wants to enjoy this technology this time of the year, like you say, improve their house, that's a great appliance to go and purchase. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. And we have a wide range of appliances that already have a big discount for the last portion of the year. And if somebody has been looking to get a new fridge as well, they come with great technology to make it more efficient. You can even tell like how much your fridge has been spending on electricity during the month. So you can be a more conscious user of energy, because everybody's looking over their electricity bill and trying to make the most out of it. Samsung makes it easier to control and to make better decisions as well. And it brings a nice touch to the home, because we have a wide variety of fridges for every style. So definitely for anybody who has been looking to make home renovation, to bring a little bit more style to their home, make sure to look out for our Samsung appliances, which come with 1-year warranty as well.
Yes.
And make it a very special Christmas this season at home.
Yeah, you also mentioned there are going to be phones on discount these 3 days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we know how for Christmas, a lot of people want to give their loved ones a very special device, something of the highest caliber, the best technology. So we're giving 10% off on top of our Christmas promotion on all of our phones. And especially we want to highlight some of our most requested phones, which are the iPhones and the Galaxy A17, which come with special discounts right now for only these 3 days. You can get the Samsung Galaxy A17 and the iPhone 12 at the best price of the year, and get the most advanced technology to your loved ones. As well in tablets, for creatives, for little kids, for people who love series. A tablet is a multitasking device that can handle all of your entertainment, all of your productivity needs. And we are bringing right now our newest iPad at a very good price. It's under $1,000. And you can get the most recent iPad, the iPad 11 with the A16 chip, which is a very advanced technology, for under $1,000 right now.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. I'm just looking at all the great deals that people can get. They have something for everyone. You have your headphones, you have your phones, you have your tablets, you have your iPads, whatever it is that you're looking forward to.
Yes.
It's right there, and it's all about just checking it out. And I see that you guys have extended office hours too as well. Talk to us a little bit about that so people can be mindful, because I know that, as you know, that the Christmas time is when people sometimes get so overwhelmed because these places are closing early. I have work, I don't get the time off. But Cellular World is making sure everybody is covered in that way.
Correct.
Talk to us about how we're doing that.
Precisely for that reason, because during the whole year, everybody gets out at around 5, 6, and places close early.
Yes.
But right now, we know how important it is to take some time to look at the perfect gift. So sometimes it takes like a couple of visits to the store to really get convinced for one one gift. So we're giving now our extended hours in all of our stores, so that now starting on today, well, we started last Friday, but for people who are looking to get their gifts from today, they can visit all of our 6 branches here in Belize City. We have our Albert Street branch, Queen Street, and the Northern Shops, which has parking completely free for all of our customers. And as well in Orange Walk, in Belmopan, and in San Pedro, we are extending our hours all the way up to 8 p.m.
Oh, wow.
So that people have enough time and they don't fear making the wrong choice, because there's so many options and we want to give the right gift.
That's
So if you need some assistance into finding the perfect device to give somebody, make sure to ask all of the questions at your nearest Cellular World branch. As well, if you have any doubts and you don't have a store nearby, you can also ask on our virtual store, on Facebook and on Instagram, in WhatsApp at 615-5141, so that you can get all of the information on these devices to make the best choice for a nice Christmas gift.
Yeah. So you mentioned there's also pop-up shops coming up this Christmas
Exactly.
time. So tell us where these locations are going to be.
Exactly. We want to go to Corozal this Saturday, the 20th, to bring the Christmas deals also to the north and bring all of the special people there in Corozal that we love visiting every month. The best chance to get the Christmas gifts in all the best technology with 1-year warranty on Samsung, JBL, and on Dell devices. So if anybody is listening to us from Corozal, we invite you to come up to the Market Square, and we'll be bringing all of these deals that you have seen on social media and on Channel 7, of course, to you so that you can get them easy.
Oh, I love that. That's really exciting. And of course, persons can make sure they message in. And also, your Facebook page is always filled with everywhere we're going to be, the office hours, the flyers, and everything. So everything that Fernando's saying here, if you're trying to keep track, because there's so much good things he's saying, please know you can go on the Facebook page and all the flyers are posted there. You can also message into the virtual store and they can be able to assist you. You could even get your items sent to the nearest store by you too as well. So you don't have to worry about whatever it is. They make it very convenient for persons out there that want to get their item all dealt with too as well.
Yeah. Did we miss anything, Fernando, that's important for us to announce to our viewers today?
Well, it's definitely going to be an exciting week. So I invite everybody to come to your nearest Cellular World branch and get the gifts that you have been waiting for the whole year. This time we have our 3-day sale starting today all the way to Wednesday.
Okay, so the 3-day sale, today to Wednesday, guys, but make sure you check out, there's gonna be a pop-up in Corozal this Saturday. That's December 20th too. Check out their Facebook page. Please make sure you're following, because all the good updates and the deals are gonna be showcasing right there to us all. But again, you know, Fernando, if we're not seeing you next week, we just want to tell you thank you so much for always coming on and sharing people the good cheer that Cellular World always brings to people too as well, making sure that they have the best products for quality and for good prices too as well. I think that's always important, how you guys give back to the society in that way.
Yeah. So happy holidays to you and your staff. You know, have a
Thank
great
you so
one.
much, guys. And from us as well to all the audience in Channel 7, we definitely wish everybody a very blessed Christmas and a special holiday season.
Yes, we're gonna be looking forward to seeing you guys again for the next year to come too.
That's right.
And with that, guys, we're gonna go to our next commercial break. And when we are back, we have more exciting conversations. Stay tuned.
Hi, have you heard about the expungement of criminal records? Well, as of August 1st, 2024, the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act allows for you to apply to have certain criminal charges permanently erased from your record. Isn't that amazing?
So, what makes you eligible to apply for expungement? The offense must qualify for expungement based on Schedule 2 and 3 of the law. You must meet the applicable rehabilitation period. This is the time period you must wait before you can apply. The applicant must not have any outstanding matters or have had any other convictions during the rehabilitation period. You can qualify for automatic expungement for certain first-time drug offenses, as well as COVID-related offenses. So, what are the benefits of expungement? Well, it broadens employment and educational opportunities that a criminal record would normally hinder.
It gives you a peace of mind, away from the stigma of having a criminal conviction, and provides you with access to services that may be otherwise restricted.
If you have a past criminal conviction, here's what you can do to get it expunged. First, verify if you qualify for expungement. Then, prepare the application package. Each package consists of 2 forms. Applications are available countrywide. You then make a non-refundable payment of $100 at your nearest Treasury Department and finally submit the package and payment receipt to any Ministry of Human Development office countrywide. Note, applicants will receive a notification within 90 days to see if their application was approved or denied. So, if you are interested, visit any Human Development office countrywide, any magistrate court, or the Ministry of Home Affairs office in Belmopan. For more information, you can call 227-2716 or you can WhatsApp 613-0343.
All members on this side of the chambers today are wearing orange as a unified expression of solidarity with survivors and as a public reaffirmation of the government of Belize's zero-tolerance stance towards gender-based violence. Work is underway to strengthen the Domestic Violence Act, including improved enforcement mechanisms and provisions to address cyber harassment, digital stalking, and financial control. The expansion of government-led case management, including counseling, psychosocial support, legal assistance, and emergency safety support for victims. Support to safe houses through training, educational materials, equipment, and dignity kits, and plans to expand access to professional counselors with permanent establishment positions proposed. And work is underway to ensure senior justices of the peace can issue emergency protection orders when magistrates are unavailable. All these efforts demonstrate this government's commitment not only to respond to violence, but also to prevent it.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Out here, the sea is more than just water. It's memory, identity, and livelihood.
One of my most memorable catch was at the reef patch. It was completely covered with lobster. You couldn't even see the coral. It was completely covered with lobster. We caught about 400 or 500 pounds of lobster in one day.
These memories live in the hearts of Belize's fishers. But today, the story is changing.
If you fish one area over and over, you won't have anything. That's why today we have a big problem with fishing.
Despite increasing pressure on our oceans, fishers remain at the front lines, adapting, innovating, and calling for change.
The guys that are fishing, they know the tricks of the trade, so it's easy to hide, it's easy to get away, and it's just been happening for too many years.
Fisher stories are Belize's stories. Support fisher-led decision-making because their best catch can still lie ahead.
On August 30th, 2023, Central Bank Governor Curry Michael, originally brought into the bank's senior ranks under the UDP, placed one of his close associates as administrator of St. Francis Xavier Credit Union. What was described as an interim measure has now dragged on for over 2 years with no end in sight. So the question is simple. Why is the government allowing Mr. Michael and the central bank to use heavy-handed tactics against the credit union movement?
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years. Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Monday episode. Just before the commercial break, we had a great conversation with Stellar World announcing their special deals starting today for you to take advantage and get your Christmas gift going. Move on to our next conversation, and we're going to be talking about Faith Heaven's Special Family Support Group. It's a support network for parents of children with diverse abilities and special needs. We're going to find out the motive of this inception of the support group, how can you participate and be a beneficiary, and of course, how can you support this movement? Joining us on our couch to give us all this insight and have a great conversation with, we have Janelle Pinello, the founder of this family support group, and also Alyssa Bell, second runner-up of Miss Queen of the Bay, and also an advocate for persons with diverse abilities. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
It's a season's greetings to you both to start with.
Thank
How are
you.
you feeling today, Alyssa? What's your energy like this Monday?
Well, surprisingly, since I had to get up at 5:30, actually 3:30 to get ready to transport from San Ignacio here, I feel well rested.
Really?
Yes.
Did you sleep on the way?
Yes, but I felt rested.
That's why she got a little nap in. Well, girl, a little nappy nap goes a long way
That is
sometimes.
true.
I'm telling you. Just
It does, a
nap.
little power nap.
A little power nap. Just,
Yeah,
but
all
also
we
thank
need.
you guys for making the effort, because some people can also say, you know, I'm located in a further district and I can just do a Zoom, but I always appreciate in-person conversations, especially on the important topic that we're having right now. So
Exactly.
I really want to tell you guys, thank you for being in the rainy weather, in the gloomy
Yes.
weather, coming and making it here. We really appreciate it.
How are you doing today, Janelle?
So it's Giselle Pinello.
Giselle. Thank you for the
Yes,
correction.
Thank you so much, no problem. Yes, and I'm definitely, happy to be here with you guys, trying to advocate and educate the population, our country specifically, on disability awareness, as well as inclusivity, and diversity, because it is, very important for us as a community to come together and to ensure that we provide the necessary support for people who, are considered individuals with disabilities.
Most
And you're the
definitely.
founder of this support network, again, Faith Heaven's Special Family Support Group.
That is right.
What motivated you to form this support?
So today I come here not only as an educator, just to make it known. I do possess a master's degree in special education.
Okay, wow.
And a second in leadership. But that's not the cause of actually being here, you
Okay.
know. I am a mom, and my daughter is 16 years old. She's Jeslyn Fate, and that's where the name also stems from. And Jeslyn was born approximately 17 years ago with a condition called Beckwith-Wainman syndrome. And she, I believe, is still the first child to be registered with that condition. And it is a genetical condition where the chromosome 11 did not attach properly, you know. And because of that, I have overcame so many milestones to get exactly where I am today, sitting in front of you all. And with her condition, it just made me a stronger person. It made me a stronger mom. It made me a stronger individual mentally, morally. And I believe it is time for us to give back to the community, And I recently came back into the country in July, and I was looking around because I had exposure to California, to USA, and I, realized the way that their support system is for individuals with disabilities, and realizing that we do need a change here in Belize, especially, giving the individuals a place, a support system for them to be more involved in the community.
Okay.
It is very touching because Jalen Pacheco, who is not here with us at this moment because of his condition, he is from San Ignacio, and he's also the co-host for this foundation.
Okay.
And he is an individual who is 28 years old, and he has been with cerebral palsy for the entirety of his life.
Wow.
And, his support to these individuals is so amazing.
Wow.
He keeps on motivating me personally. He just texted me a while ago, "Good morning, how is it going?" And that's the type of family that we want to build with Faith Heaven Special Families Support Group.
All right, so thank you so much for giving us this background to have a better appreciation of the work that you've put in as a professional to better yourself to be able to support your daughter, but other persons that may be going through a similar situation as you are. And also the fact that you're a mom and saying, hey, it was challenging for me growing up, having a daughter that has a special need, and how can I support them? And now you're willing to create this space with other people, and this is where you bring a fellow advocate also, advocating for persons with diverse abilities. What motivated you to partner with Giselle in this initiative?
Well, my advocacy comes from lived experience and genuine observation. I live with a condition called idiopathic neuropathy that, affects my mobility. At any time, I can be stripped of my mobility, and sometimes it even feel like even my control is stripped away from me.
Okay, wow.
I come from a different perspective. My adversity, makes me a better leader. It makes me a better advocate. And when Miss Giselle reached out to me, I think we both had, a deeper understanding and a deeper connection with this topic. She comes from lived experience. I come from lived experience. And both of our adversity made us stronger. We turned our pains and our struggles into purpose. And we are here to help and provide a space where everyone and parents could feel safe and valued.
And I want to again say thank you guys for being here on that note, because I'm sure that persons that are listening to this conversation can connect with it. They might not even have a safe place that you're opting to create now for it, because I understand that this group is fairly young, about 3 months old too as well. But how many people thus far in just these 3 months that have been able to be connected with you and have been affected in a positive way to us? So talk to us a little bit about the members that are part of this group.
Yes, so the members, definitely the drive is diversity, right? The members come from different parts of Belize. I have approximately 3 of them in Orange Walk. I have 2 families in Belize district, and I have 54 families coming from Cayo district, specifically Santa Elena and San Ignacio. Also, with some in Benque.
Wow.
And, it is amazing to see the numbers going up. It is purposeful. That I can say for a fact. And like what I sit in the Zoom meetings on Friday evenings at 8 p.m., and I explain to the families is that we are a non-judgment zone. You are welcome, your ideas are welcome, your family is welcome to join in. And we do have, like I said, Jalen Pacheco, along with other adults who are considered adults living with disabilities in our group, in our Zoom sessions. So like I said, the numbers are going up, and we are happy to have everyone on board with us.
It's true. And to think that whenever we say numbers, it's like they represent people, right? And to think that there's so many families that at some point require the support and saying, hey, we see you as this agency that's willing to provide the support that we need is brilliant. And also that you have adults with diverse abilities, because often the conversation would go to kids, right? And I'm like, but what about adults that are growing up and still finding it hard to be able to navigate
This is the reality that
our
we have to
our
navigate.
daily reality? So let's talk about how these support groups work. Just for people that are tuning in and maybe like, maybe this is what I've been looking forward to.
Yes,
How do your
definitely,
support group
definitely.
works?
Okay, so in the Cayo district specifically, we do have Camp Seconsa, which focuses on children. And, you know, my initiative came from the fact that, yes, we have a support group, but how much are we actually being supported in terms of advocacy and education?
Okay.
You know, and how much are the parents of these, you know, children or the individuals being supported as well? That's my number one initiative, because as the caregivers, you know, and as the parents, we do need to understand the challenges that the children and the individuals are going through. And why I say individuals is because with Faith Heaven Support Group, I do not want to focus specifically on children. Of course, they are, you know, priority and they are included.
Yeah.
But we need to look at the other age range and the brackets, because we have, I believe it's BAPA, the one for adults, and they focus on seniors. Now, when we look at Faith Heaven Support Group, and when we look at disability on a whole, there is an entire age range that is not, you know, specifically being catered for. We have from high school to the age of 50.
Okay.
You know, and that is a lot of people, you know, who do not have where to go or where to turn to for support. Hence the reason why we are advocating and we are inspiring these people. We're inviting them to join Faith Heaven Support Group, because we want to be able to provide more, you know, and we're looking at the age ranges again and the different brackets that are not being included in the community the way that they should be. And it is surprising, because when I take the time out to go actually visit these individuals and I have a sit down and talk time with them, you know, the mental capacity that they have is amazing. We have one child that I visited this week, a teenager, sorry. His name is Edwin, and Edwin is, the mobility is very low physically, but Edwin is 15 years old. And the way he thinks, you know, the way he interacts, you wouldn't know that unless you visit him and actually take the time out to see and to sit and to communicate, you know. And so these are the reasons why we are pushing forward and why we are inviting people to join the group. You know, do not be afraid, do not stay in closed doors. Try to come out as much as possible, try to participate as much as possible. And, you know, let's create a movement together as a nation, and that's my aim and that's my mission.
I love it. It's so great to hear that you're coming here to fill a void that exists, right? So it's complementing what we already exist, and I feel like that's very important. You know, as a human rights advocate, I believe it's very important for us to humanize people, right? We often, you've put persons with diverse abilities or disabilities to a side and saying, oh, they're unable to do certain things, but in reality, they do have the capacity if we were to create the appropriate spaces for them with universal access, if we would to talk about that. So we look forward to like many more things that your organization is going to have, and we look forward to many more conversations to be able to understand the dynamics of persons with disabilities and special needs and how we can support them. We know there's an event coming up this weekend, which is the luncheon. Alyssa, do you mind giving us some details about this lunch?
It's going to happen the 30th of December at 11 o'clock. I'm actually going to be the host of the
All right,
event.
very good.
I'm planning the agenda and itinerary for all the families to come out. I don't think the location is set yet. Falcon Field. Falcon Field. I would love to extend an invitation to all families with kids with disabilities. Even if you just want to support and come out and support all the families there, even if you don't have a disability, it would be much appreciated. And I'm definitely gonna bring some good entertainment for you guys. So, you know, don't miss out.
Yeah, if there's the opportunity for people to support this initiative, not just the luncheon, but the overall support group, how can they go ahead and do that?
So I firstly want to thank the donors, you know. I want to thank the support system, because without them, it is very impossible for us to, you know, initiate any movement. And I do have some sponsors who had already reached out. And for those who, you know, watch our show, our viewers, kindly contact me. My number is 615-6435. And once again, that's 615-6435. And yes, we do have the US number, so our viewers from USA, 760-217-0308, faithheavens2023@gmail.com. That's our email address, and those are our numbers. As you can see, we're making this movement not only locally, but also internationally. So if you would like to donate to the worthy cause, you know, kindly contact us as soon as you can.
Very
Thank
good.
you so much.
Awesome. So now we're going to put the
Putting out.
contact information on our Facebook Live for those tuned
Thank
in.
you so much.
Also, the flyer was just shared, and we're going to put that up on our Instagram and Facebook pages for people to connect with you and be able to support this initiative. As we start winding down this conversation, what would you have to say to persons, families that are looking for a space like this? What message would you have to share with them, Alyssa?
Well, I have seen personally how families struggle with the supports. And I always say that families need the guidance, especially living with kids with disability. The children, they need opportunity. And for example, you know, Faith Heavens, you know, the leaders aren't just, you know, neurotypical people. They're people with neurodiverse abilities. Like Jalen, he has a physical disability, and he is the co-founder. And oftentimes, you know, people with disabilities are either pitied or ignored. They're never expected to lead. And I'm truly inspired by what this organization has to bring. And I extend a full invitation. Like, you see the numbers, and we are here to support you. You are not alone in this. And every person living with a diverse ability, you know, you are not limited by your disability. You are still able to thrive and flourish in society. And most of the times, people don't even understand the definition of disability.
Yeah.
So I would like to share that.
Please do.
You know, the United Conventions on the Rights of a Person with Disability states that a person with a disability is someone living with a long-term physical, mental, intellectual, sensory, impairment. And with that, with interaction with society and barriers, may hinder their full and effective participation in society on an equal basis with others. And the key point is the person is not the problem. It's the barriers in society that creates the disability.
Absolutely, yes.
And, you know, oftentimes, you know, I have my own experience with my condition, and a lot of people would say it's not a disability because, you know, I'm not fully in a wheelchair all the time, but because of the lack of accessibility within my community, it becomes a disability. It becomes a problem for me. It becomes a barrier that I have to face. And a lot of other people face this too. So, you know, I understand you, and we are here for each and every one of you. And, you know, I swear, I took my stand and I told myself that I would do absolutely anything I could throughout my reign, you know, for people with diverse abilities, because this is something that I'm truly passionate about.
And I really commend you, because I remember when you were going out for Queen of the Bay and everything, and there was a specific incident, I think it was to go to the key, and you weren't able to go to it too as well. But it showed so much representation that regardless, like, they tried to make sure you were included. There was a whole reel created for you.
Yes.
But I'm looking at young people that can see that and say, like, if Queen Belle could do that, like, why can't I do it too as well? Regardless of maybe some of the hindrance here and there, you stood up. You showed representation, which is so important for little girls, little boys out there that are seeing that, and they can see, like, I can do the same thing. So
Exactly.
I really commend you, and of course, again, the group for that. For persons that are listening that maybe can't give financially, what are other kind of forms of donations or contributions that you also wouldn't mind receiving? Because I know with luncheons or so food and these kind of things, but for just for the reference for them, and they're hearing this conversation, how could that look?
Yes, well, this initiative, you know, this movement is not only a one-time event.
Yes.
It is a start to our new path, you know, our journey throughout life. And definitely coming 2026, we're expecting a lot more projects, a lot more work to be done. So volunteer, you know, if you can't give monetarily, kindly volunteer. There are a lot of work that we need to do, you know, simply going to someone's home and doing some yard work, you know, cleaning or It doesn't matter. The work is there, and the volunteers are definitely very important for us to continue pushing forward, you know. So it doesn't have to be monetary, as I said, but putting in your time, you know, visiting our friends with disabilities, you know, going over to have a conversation. You don't need to stay long, you know, but just that time that you put in for someone, you know. And definitely, I want to encourage you all to kindly reach out with contact numbers. You know, that's very important. If you see someone or if you hear of someone in the community that has a disability, kindly reach out, you know, and kindly inform them as well of our drive. And get me those contact numbers so that I can register them formally to Faith Heaven's Special Family Support Group. So that's all the ways that you all can contribute.
I wanted to just read a comment that somebody said here that Belize really hasn't caught up to understand how diverse and variable disabilities can be.
Yeah.
We don't do enough to accommodate our students and our employees. Instead of making the changes to help them adapt and thrive, we just box them out and sometimes stay ignorant. Best of luck to this new organization for changing that. So thank you again for doing that. And of course, for persons that are seeing this and they want to be a part of the change. And when it comes to donation, guys, anything goes along the way too as well. This is the Christmas time, so we know it's a season of giving and trying to really support and bring back that hope. They are perfectly putting in that hope too as well. And I want to say the name Faith Heaven Special Family Support Group is really trying their best to create spaces for families that have had a hard time, but adversity has made them stronger too as well. So with that, I'm going to remind you the number again. It's in the chat bar for people on YouTube and television. I have the 615-6435 number, and that is for Miss Pinello. And you can be able to contact her through that. And of course, we're going to be posting this flyer for you guys to see and make donations and support.
Yeah.
Anything goes a long way.
Definitely. And the invitation is open for y'all to keep on coming to Sunup on 7 because education about the needs of persons with disabilities is very, very important. You know, we're here to make that change, and so you're welcome to join us on Sunup on 7 whenever you're ready for that conversation.
So I would once again like to invite the population. I would like to invite those, especially in San Ignacio, who can make it on December 20th, 2025 at 11 a.m., which is this Saturday coming up. We're having a Christmas luncheon, so kindly be there. One last word I would like, you know, if there is anyone out there, investors, funders, one, I would say, wish list. It doesn't have to be this year, but this is something that we're working toward, is having a facility where we can offer daytime care to these individuals so that they can come together during the daytime, have activities, and, you know, we can always have them go home, take their rest, and then come back the next day. So that's an ideal wish list that I'm definitely looking toward.
And this is for Cayo more, right?
Specifically based in Cayo, but I'm sure that when we start the initiative and we get a facility in Cayo, definitely, eventually we could, spread our wings to the different districts.
Because I know the Mental Health Association, they have a group specific, I'm trying to remember the building's exact name or so, but there is one specifically in Belize City that I know supports a lot of times, but it's not one that people can sleep in. They come in, take their warm baths, they get a hot meal, and they come in too as well. So I know that we have one in Belize City, but this is something that diverse abilities are all over the country, so this is something to push for in every single district, to have a safe place for this and to have more hands on deck. So definitely, it's on our wish list.
They're manifesting it for you. Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Universe.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yeah, yeah.
So with that, guys, we thank you so much again for coming, and all the best for persons. Send the Christmas cheer and donate, and let's support and make this something to remember for all these families.
So happy holidays to you and your members, and all the best in 2026. Maybe prosperous. And we're manifesting this facility for you because there is the need for it, for sure.
Definitely.
Thank you.
So with that, guys, we're going to go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Thank you kindly. Thank you.
Driving around, particularly during this holiday season, can be quite an experience. Families are out shopping and the streets are buzzing with excitement. It reminds me that this season is all about connections, and it starts with how we treat each other, even on the road. When I'm behind the wheel, I always remind myself that being on the road is more than just following the rules. It's about looking out for each other and making sure we all get home safely to our families. This season, let's continue to be alert and be kind on the road. Be courteous, give way, and stay safe. A message from BEL.
Why settle for one look when you can have two? Available now at Mikado are these reversible blackout curtains that give you two beautiful styles in one. Perfect for any mood or room refresh. And the best part, they're only $45. Yes, two looks for the price of one. Switch it up anytime. Cozy one day, classy the next. And with blackout fabric, you'll enjoy privacy, comfort, and a good night's sleep too. Visit us at number 37 Albert Street and choose your favorite style of reversible blackout curtains or shop online at WhatsApp 609-2222. Mikado, your number one textile palace.
Belize, it's that time again. GST-free weekends are back on December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st. Just in time for big savings for Christmas. On these weekends, most local retail goods will be GST-free at checkout. That includes frequently bought standard-rated goods such as furniture, appliances, electronics, clothing and footwear, Christmas decorations, curtains, rugs, Marley, toys, and grocery items like seasonings, mixed essences, mixed fruits, and soft drinks. Everything you need to make your December more affordable. And good news for the holiday cooks. Picnic shoulder ham, smoked ham leg, and imported turkey are 0 rated all December long. And before you leave the store, always take a quick look at your receipt. You should see the GST removed or discounted automatically. So that means more savings and more room in your Christmas budget. So Belize, let's shop smart this Christmas season. December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st, GST-free weekends, brought to you by Belize Tax Services.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelso,
and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
are back, boozers. Thank you so much for staying tuned with all our conversations. We had a hefty serving of beef today with 10 different topics. And then, of course, having dynamic conversations from Cello World, talking about their 3-day sale starting today up until Wednesday. And, of course, their extended office hours for you guys to come in and see what's happening in the store. And, of course, one of my favorite conversations with a group that recently was founded about 3 months ago, which is the Faith Heaven Special Family Support Group, that's really looking at supporting families with diverse abilities and giving them that space to be supported, to feel safe, and to flourish, really, making sure that they have filled that gap of inclusion and making people know that regardless of whatever diverse ability you have, you're able to contribute and do the same things. You just need a different level of support to make sure that happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a very great show, guys. And reminding you, we will be doing giveaways because we do have more giveaways, but not today.
Not today.
The time is up. We literally have 1 minute. And so we're going to be doing giveaways in this week, so stay tuned for all of that.
Yeah, definitely. But we thank you so much for joining us today, Red and I, and your company. It's chilly, wet day here.
It's a chilly, wet day.
Chilly, wet day, definitely. But it was such a pleasure interacting with you today. Next week is Christmas, and we have our Christmas special, so stay tuned to how that's going to look. I heard that we're going to be doing a very interesting event for our New Year's special, a lip sync battle.
Okay, I hear that too as well. I don't know how well that's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
But we're going to see what comes out from it, guys. So.
Yeah, but definitely, it's a time of the year for us to wrapping up, get some warmth, start reflecting on how it all happened, how did it go for you and all of those things. So take your time to reflect and start your day well.
Yeah, let's do this, guys.
Yes.
So we're excited to see you guys for tomorrow. Join Brandon and I for a beautiful Two Tables Tuesday. Take care, be safe, stay warm, stay dry, be kind to others,
true.
give yourself
Get
grace.
festive,
Get festive.
put
And if
some
you're
cool
not
colors.
getting festive, get that moment of this connection too as well, and maybe get support too as well in this hard time as you navigate Christmas, as you navigate the holidays, and maybe losing somebody, maybe not getting what you wanted for the entire year, whatever it is. Just also support yourself in that way of getting the necessary help to make sure you can thrive.
If you have cool socks, put them on.
Put them on, put your foot up.
Put on your cool socks. Put on your cool socks. Christmas, it's Christmas.
So
there
with
you
that,
go. I still got it, Ren.
Still got
I
it,
still
babe.
got it.
Still got it.
Yeah.
And so with that, guys, we're sending you off. Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.
A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up